Hey everybody, I'm Eric. Welcome to Divine Conversations. If you are new to the channel, welcome. It's great to meet you. And if you are returning, hey, it's nice to see you. So first and foremost, before we get started here, I just want to give a huge shout out to all of my new subscribers. I have reached over 100 now, and I'm actually very excited about that. I know there are a lot of other readers out there that are like excited because they're over 1,000. I'm over 100 and I'm super stoked. But anyway, thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. I am so grateful to be able to do this for all of you guys. This is really quite a blessing for me. It's incredibly fulfilling. I knew it was going to be fulfilling to some degree because it is a deep desire of mine to read, to be a card reader for people, but I didn't know how fulfilling this was going to be. And this is just the beginning, and so I'm incredibly grateful. I feel so blessed to be able to do this for you guys, and I just want to thank you all to the subscribers, to those of you who have just watched and liked and left comments, all the beautiful comments and the compliments and the beautiful loving words. I mean, the ways that we're all connecting, it's really amazing, and I'm so grateful for all of this, and it's such a blessing. So thank you to all of you. I do want to give a quick shout out to my new friend Jen. Hey Jen, I just did a personal reading for her, and it went really well. So I just want to let you guys know that I am available for personal readings. I'm available on Instant Go, and then I'm available for personal readings. So all of the information for that is in the description box below. I am running a special right now. I have two readings that I've kind of developed and I really like working with. They flow really well. One is the mirror reading, which involves two tarot decks, one speaking to the querents energies, and the other deck speaking to either the person in question, maybe if this is like your twin flame, your twin's energies surrounding the situation in you, or the energies of the situation that you're asking about. And they're reflecting each other. So then I pull some oracle guidance depending on what the question is. If it's a love question, I'll pull from the Whispers of Love oracle deck. If it's something else, I'll feel it out. Whatever the energy is saying to me, I'll pick an oracle deck from there. That alone is $40. And then I also have a karmic check-in. So I pull Oracle of Vision cards, 3 cards from the Oracle of Vision deck, and then I clarify those 3 cards with a tarot deck, and all of that is in relation to either your twin's karmic situation, or maybe if you are the one in a karmic situation, the energy surrounding that. And that one is $20. Now, if you want to do a bundle and say like say for twin flames, you want to do a mirror reading plus a karmic check-in, I can do that for you for $50, and so on and so forth. I did do that bundle for Jen, and it worked out really well. She was very pleased. I was very pleased. So I highly recommend, if you're interested in trying that out, I highly recommend you just email me, and we'll chat a little bit about your situation, and then I'll get to the reading for you. If you don't want to do a full reading, you just want to do a quick question, you can hit me up on Instant Go. It's $5 for 160 characters. That's for a text question. If you want to do a video or a voice chat with me, it's only $3 a minute. I do charge a little more for the text, because writing it out or texting it to you does take a little more effort, and sometimes a lot of the messages that I channel can be pretty lengthy, so that can take some time. So it is really much easier for me to just verbally convey it to you. But if you don't want to do it that way, if you're not available for it that way, you do have the option of doing it with text. Okay, so it's $3 a minute for voice and video calls, and $5 per 160 characters for if you have a question. All right, so and I want to give a shout out to my twin. Hey babe, I love you. Okay, so let's get to it, guys. Yeah, I'm doing the weekly messages. This is for the week of February 18th through to the 26th. No, I'm sorry, today's the 18th. It's the 19th through the 25th. Yeah? So let's get started. Okay, Divine Masculine, you are first. So, like I said, this is for the week of February 19th through to the 25th, okay? And these are your messages that Spirit wants to bring you this week. Please remember that these messages are timeless, okay? There is no time limit on these. You could come up against these, you come across these a month, a week, a year after they were delivered, and they could still resonate with you. Something interesting I'm finding, I did pre-shuffle. I'm going to shuffle again, but I did pre-shuffle before I started everything, and I meditated and all that. And what's already at the bottom of the deck so far is the King of Cups. I'm being drawn to this because this is really, wow, I'm really feeling this right now, actually. This is really going on right now within the Divine Masculine Collective. You guys are really connecting with your emotions, and you're experiencing them. You know, you're grounding yourself in them. In this depiction, it looks like, but then in other depictions, this shows the King of Cups has his foot in the water. So to me, that's saying that, you know, not only are you acknowledging them, but you're experiencing them. You're getting into your emotions. For a lot of you, for like the first time in, I don't know, maybe your whole life, or maybe in a long time, maybe you cut yourself off from it for a while. But yeah, the Divine Masculine Collective is really starting to experience and honor their emotions, and that's really a great thing. So, Spirit, please make me a clear channel for the Divine Masculine Collective, for the messages for them for the week of February 19th through to the 25th. What are the best messages you have for us, for the Divine Masculine Collective? Thank you so much. Okay. One more shuffle, and then we'll cut the deck. Divine Masculine, week of February 19th through the 25th. February is almost over, guys. We're almost in March. It is almost springtime here in the Northeast. I couldn't be any more excited. Oops. Okay. So, Divine Masculine, your overall energy is death right now. Yeah. And what I'm getting from this is that, you know, a lot of you are really making that transition now, making that transformation. Death is all about transformation. The end of one cycle, which is leading to the beginning of another. Yes, a transformation from one state of being to another. You know, transformations are really in the air right now. And that's really evident because, you know, we just experienced a new moon. And so there are a lot of manifestation energies that are all around us. And through those manifestation energies, we are all transforming, okay? For you, Divine Masculine, it's all about, you know, it's mostly about you connecting with your emotions, experiencing your emotions, like what was said with the King of Cups. So we also have the Nine of Swords here with the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands, okay? And then underneath all of that, we have the Devil. All right, so let's talk about this for a second, because it's really not as bad as it seems. I know we have the Nine of Swords here, and I know the Devil is popping up again, but I'm not getting that it's as bad as we think it is, or as it may come across, because we're transforming. And I want to make this clear. You know, there could be a lot of Divine Feminines that could be dealing with this too, because as the Divine Masculine is integrating his feminine energies and experiencing his emotions more, the Divine Feminine is doing the same with her masculine energies. They are, she or he, they are integrating their masculine energies and experiencing them more through the way we do as dominant masculine or dominant feminine entities, okay? So, so as you do make this transformation, you're starting, you know, some of you are experiencing some sleepless nights, of course. This is not all that easy, you know what I mean? But it's at the same time, it's a really powerful transformation. And because of it, yes, some of you may be experiencing some sleepless nights. But what I'm really getting from this is that you're breaking out of this. You're finally stepping out of that mental energy of the angst about all of this change that's happening. You're showing up here as the Hierophant. All right. Now, when it comes to tarot cards and the Twin Flame journey, there are different depictions of the masculine and feminine energies. One would be the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. One would be the Emperor and the Empress. The other would be the High Priestess and the Hierophant. And here, Divine Masculine, you are showing up as the Hierophant. And this is because there is a big old brand new passion that has been ignited within you. You are taking a step in a direction that you know is way more authentic to you, and you're incredibly passionate about it. And so what I'm getting here, especially between the nine, between the Death card, the Nine of Swords, and then this Devil card here, you're literally making that transformation away from all of this entrapment, away from all of the things that have been unhealthy for you, the relationships, the situations, the jobs, the mental processes. You're really transforming out of all of that. Okay, and that's a really good thing. That's great. That's really, really great. So let's get on to the rest of the reading here. In your first position, Divine Masculine, this is your current surrounding energies. You have the Star. You have the Star. Absolutely. So you're stepping into your spiritual masculine power here with the Hierophant, and your surrounding energies are basically the light within. Okay, there's a lot of healing that's happening for you, Divine Masculine, which is also depicted in the Star. But what I'm really getting here is your surrounding energies are the fact that how you've really stepped into your masculine power, and you're following your intuition, you're following your inner guidance, you're actively going for the things that you know you want that are going to be fulfilling for you. You are moving out of the situation with the Devil where you were entrapped or encased within these situations or tied to these people or places that you didn't want to be tied to anymore because it wasn't fulfilling. And now you're taking the steps towards that fulfillment, and that's what the Star is saying to me. Excuse me. Drinking some coffee. The Star is saying that you are reaching out for your ultimate fulfillment, your ultimate wish fulfillment. I mean, this is more than just the wish fulfillment of the Nine of Cups. This is like deep down spiritual desire, wish fulfillment here, and that's a wonderful thing. Your second position is how you see your twin, and we have the Three of Cups. Now, in some cases, this can mean a third-party situation. Okay. In some cases, Divine Masculines, you are either looking at your twin and seeing that they're still in a karmic relationship, or you, in fact, are in a karmic relationship, understanding how that karmic relationship is standing in the way of union with your twin, is also standing in the way of you getting exactly what it is you want, and you're thinking about it, you're looking at it, and you're starting to understand these things. Now, I do want to point out that the Three of Cups is right here with the Hierophant. So a lot of you Divine Masculines are of the mindset where you're not going to engage in this situation, in this third-party situation, if your twin, if your counterpart happens to be in a karmic relationship. I know personally, I, as a Divine Feminine, am moving out of a karmic situation, and a lot of what my spirit guides have been telling me is a lot of the reason why I'm in separation with my twin is because of that. Now, granted, I have taken many steps to remove myself from that karmic situation. I am in the middle of a divorce right now, but my team just keeps telling me, that divorce needs to be finalized first. Now, I don't know if it's the same for everyone that's in this situation. There may be some twins where it's just enough for your counterpart to separate from the karmic partner, if in the fact that if in the situation that they're married, separate from them, move out, take the steps to disconnect, and get a divorce in proceeding in moving. For others, it's everything has to just be out, just final, completely done, and disconnected before anything can move forward. Okay? So that's what's going on here. If you are the counterpart that is in the karmic situation, Divine Masculine, please understand that you have supportive energies of transformation around you. Okay? And what I want to say also about this Three of Cups that's right on top of the Hierophant here, you are gaining the spiritual power to be more authentic towards yourself. All right? So that's absolutely why the Death card and the Devil card are around. It's because, you're gaining the spiritual strength to disconnect from these toxic situations and to transform, the death of one version of you to lead towards the birth of another, right? All right. In your fourth position, which is your third position, in where you are in relation to union, you have The Five of Swords. And absolutely, this is talking to me. The first thing I think of with the Five of Swords is karmic situations. So in relation to union, Divine Masculine, you guys that are in karmic situations are really fighting for it. I'm sorry, you're either fighting to stay in it, which I'm not really picking up too much of that right now. That is there. Don't get me wrong, it is there. But that's not what I'm picking up for the most part. For the most part, what I'm picking up here is your karmic partner is really putting up a fight. And it's putting you in a situation where you have to fight battles that you have no interest in fighting. And that's why I believe, and that's why I feel like it's showing up as the Five of Swords here. Because you're like, I don't want to fight like this. You know, I don't want to have to leave someone feeling dejected and cut up and bruised, and I mean, I don't want to end up in that position either. Like that, it doesn't serve anything. It doesn't benefit anybody. It's bullshit, basically. But unfortunately, Divine Masculine, you're in a situation. If you're resonating with this part of the message, you find yourself in a situation where you really have no choice. So the advice I would give here is pick your battles wisely, okay? Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's a lose-lose situation, but only to a certain extent. Because in you moving away from this karmic situation, you are not only leading yourself towards greater fulfillment, but you're also giving your karmic partner the ability to see things as they truly are and move on with their lives in a better way that is potentially more healthy for them. Now, if they are I know there are a lot of karmics out there that are heavily influenced by negative energies that are feeding off of the negativity and the low vibrational energies and emotions of this karmic relationship. Now, when you move away, Divine Masculine, you are going to be of a different mindset. So you are going to be on the road towards greater fulfillment and betterment of yourself as a whole. I can't speak to the karmic partner there. They may very well remain stuck with that negative entity. And that's kind of where the lose-lose aspect comes of it. Because you're losing, Divine Masculine, because you're having to fight and potentially hurt somebody in ways that you don't really want to. Okay? They're losing because, they're going to remain, for most parts, they're going to remain stuck in this negative energy, stuck with this negative entity feeding off of them. And it's unfortunate, but unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about that. All right? So you just have to move forward. But the main message here for you, Divine Masculine, is just pick your battles wisely. Okay? All right. In your fourth position now, you have what you want your twin to know, and you have the Hanging Man. Yeah, that makes sense. Excuse me. So either you, Divine Masculine, are in a Hanging Man position, and you're in a Hanging Man position because, you're trying to avoid the energy of the Five of Swords. You're trying to figure a way out that is less damaging to everybody. So you want your twin to know, in many cases, what you're saying to your twin here is that it may look like on the surface there really isn't much happening in regards to me moving out of this third party situation. But I need you to know that there are things going on underneath the surface. I'm just trying to see this differently. I'm trying to generate a different perspective so that I can move out of this situation effectively and as quickly as possible. In some cases, you are saying to your counterpart, Divine Masculine, that you recognize that they are in a Hanging Man situation for similar reasons. Or you recognize that the relationship between you two is in this Hanging Man situation, this suspension. You understand that you both are in this suspension period, and that's why things may not seem like they're moving along. But this suspension period is necessary. Number one, it's facilitating a sort of rest for you. That's what I'm picking up there. But number two, it's also facilitating the generation of generating a different perspective, a new perspective, an enlightened perspective. Yes, of the situation as a whole. Okay. In your fifth position, You have what's crowning you, what are you manifesting, what's on your mind, what are your current challenges, and here you have the King of Swords. And that makes perfect sense, because I was just talking about within this Hanging Man situation, Divine Masculine, you're trying to figure out how to get out of this situation and avoid the Five of Swords. Now, I don't know if you can really see it here, but the King of Swords here is looking down. And it looks like he's looking towards the Five of Swords energy. And he's looking at that and he's saying, how can I avoid this? You know? So that's exactly what I was talking about with the Hanging Man here. You're taking the role of diplomacy. And I remember a few weeks ago, Divine Masculine, you got the King of Swords in this 5th position because you were learning to generate diplomacy through a bunch of chaos, because you had the Five of Wands here in your 1st position in your surrounding energies. And this was around the time that we were talking about you really dealing with facing the devil energy that was around you, yes? So now, in this situation, you have successfully adopted the energies of diplomacy. And that is facilitating the death energy that is surrounding you and the transformational energy that is surrounding you. And it's filling you with passion to move forward. But what you're trying to understand right now is how to be as diplomatic as possible and how to avoid as much of the Five of Swords energy as you can, right? Excellent. That's a really great sign, Divine Masculine. I really want you to know that is a very, very good sign. All right, and finally we have in the 6th position, we have your underlying energies, something that may be hidden from you that you may not be aware of. We have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. Again, this is speaking towards you trying to avoid this Five of Swords energy. Now, this might be hidden from you, but it's not like it's hidden from you because it needs to be or anything. It's just an underlying energy. It's an underlying influence. You have really learned a lesson in the balance of give and take in relationships, Divine Masculine. We both did as counterparts, Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, but it was just expressed differently. Divine Feminine learned the lesson in how she or he was imbalanced in how much they gave to relationships that didn't give back to them. Divine Masculine, you on the opposite end, on the mirroring end really, saw how you were just taking and taking and taking in some cases and wasn't giving back, but also you saw how you had been imbalanced in your relationships being tied to the devil energy, right? Doing things in service of others while neglecting yourself. And that's why the Hierophant energy is coming up, because you are choosing authenticity and you are choosing to seek out relationships that are balanced in reciprocity, right? So I guess it's not really too much of a mirroring thing. We in essence, both counterparts learned the same exact lesson, okay? But now your underlying energies are your newfound wisdom around the balance in relationships. And so because of that, you're recognizing just how negative and how destructive this Five of Swords energy is. You're also recognizing how you have been surrounded by Five of Swords energy. And that also, in this karmic relationship, that also goes for the Divine Feminines who have been in karmic relationships. A lot of that has been Five of Swords energy. Why? Because it's a lose-lose situation. The karmic may think that they are winning in these situations, but actually they're not. Twofold. One, because they're cutting their partner down, devaluing you, making you feel like you're less than what you truly are, and that is not loving in any way. And two, these karmic partners that are really being really destructive are under the influence of negative energy and entities, dark entities even, that are feeding off of them as basically the host, and the negative and low vibrational emotions and energies that are being generated by this karmic relationship. Okay? Now, please understand the karmic relationship is there so that we can learn lessons. But also understand that there are influences of dark entities that are feeding off of these situations. And so, yes, it's a lose-lose situation, but the karmic's not aware of it. Okay? But you, Divine Masculine, you have come to a brand new understanding of the give and take, healthy give and take in a relationship. And because of that, you're in a hanging man position and you're trying to see things from a different point of view, and you're trying to be as diplomatic as possible so that you can move out of this situation, so that you can go through this transformation, this death, and you can avoid as much of the Five of Swords energy as possible. And I think that's excellent. All right, guys. So just to close out this reading, I do want to pull some oracle guidance from the unicorns for the divine masculine. Now, I do say that I really think unicorns are a great archetype for masculine energies to work with because I feel like, and then this is just my intuitive feeling, but I feel like unicorns are a great symbol of the balance between masculine and feminine energies. Now, understand, these are all just energies. Masculine energy and feminine energy doesn't have a gender. Gender doesn't come into play until you reach the 3D world of dichotomy, right? So it is my understanding that unicorns are a great symbol of balancing masculine and feminine energy. And I really feel like the unicorns want to be of service to those of the masculine energies because especially in this world, we are so clear, black and white about our gender roles. It's kind of sickening sometimes. So I really feel the unicorns reaching out towards masculine energies and saying, hey, let us help you balance these energies for you. Yeah. Let us help be a guide for you to balance your feminine energies with your masculine energies, to become more comfortable with yourself so that, you don't have to feel so, what I want to say is emasculated all the time. Just because you're accepting your own sensitivity and your own emotional reality doesn't make you less of a man or a masculine energy. It actually makes you a stronger entity, right? So let's get some guidance from the unicorns for the divine masculine. Okay, I'm just going to do one more shuffle here. Thank you so much, unicorns and spirit. Please bring us best messages for the divine masculine for this week. February, oh Lord, I don't even remember now. Doesn't matter. Let's just get to it. Yeah, thank you so much, Spirit. Unicorns, best messages for the divine masculine for this week. Whoop, whoop, beep, boop. Besides, I just love unicorns, to be honest. I think they're so cool. Anyway. All right, best messages for the divine masculine for this week. Whoa, there it is. Okay. What have we got here? We have courage. Yes, I think this is so perfect. You are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. Look here, y'all. Look here. Courage. Isn't that such a beautiful card? Just on the imagery alone, first of all, I'm really drawn to that golden horn. I mean, that's fantastic. But what I'm really seeing here in this imagery, the golden horn to me is depicting a masculine energy, right? But then with the woman here in this card, I really feel like the divine masculine is really drawing on their feminine energy in order to balance out and find the courage to move forward. Okay, but here I just want to point out, set strong boundaries. Fear is an illusion. You are safe. I mean, set strong boundaries. As soon as I read that the first time, I immediately thought of this King of Swords energy. All right, strong boundaries in accepting the fact that you no longer want to be involved with any part of this Five of Swords energy. And you're going to do the best that you can to avoid that energy and just keep it away, okay? So understand, divine masculine, that you absolutely do have the courage to, and the support, really, to move forward with this transformation in your life, to separate yourself from this devil energy. Because that's what you're doing right now. You are stepping into your divine masculine power here with the Hierophant, and you're taking the steps passionately with the Ace of Wands to separate yourself from this Three of Cups, this third party situation. You are having the courage to stay strong and keep yourself out of this Nine of Swords energy with the sleepless nights and all that, and suspend yourself for a minute to understand on a greater level what is going on around you and how you can avoid this Five of Swords energy as effectively as possible. And if you are not in the karmic relationship, if it's your twin that's in the karmic relationship, you are finding the courage to stand strong and believe that your twin will move out of this karmic situation and you two will be able to work yourselves towards each other. All right? There are your messages, Divine Masculine. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can email me. And if you have a quick question you want to ask on Instant Go, you can do that as well. All of that information is in the description box below. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak with you soon. Bye.